Hey guys, today we're going to do the unboxing and overview of the Tutima Flieger Automatic, which is a pilot watch by Tutima. So a lot of you may have not heard of this company because they're a little bit under the radar. They're very low key. But Tutima is a German company. They're family owned. They were established in 1927. So they have kind of a storied history. They're almost 100 years old. But they're very, very low key. And I think only people who have been on the watch forums would pretty much know about this company. They're not even as well known as some of the other German companies like Glashütte Original or Nomos or Junghans. Like those would actually be a lot more in Stauer, right? All these other companies would be more well known than Tutima. So yeah, they're a very low key company. They are well known for developing chronographs, especially for aviators. So yeah, they're well known for their aviator watches and pilot chronographs. And I decided to get a pilot watch for myself. I actually don't have any pilot watches, but I do kind of like the way that they look. I'm not a huge fan of like diver watches, right? I think those are kind of like tool watches, and I don't like chronographs that much either. However, for pilot watches, I think it's I tend to like more simplistic watches. So I think pilot watches to me are a bit more simplistic, and that's kind of what attracts me as well. So yeah, this is my first Tutima. This company, like I said, very low-key. Only the people who have been in watch forums would know about it. But in general, I would think they're very well made. They're not too expensive, although some of their pieces can get up to the $5,000 range. They don't really go beyond $5,000. At the same time, they don't really go below $1,000 either. So they're a company that's kind of in the affordable to mid-luxury segment, I would say. So they're not like, you know, they're not going to compete with a Hamilton or Tissot or anything like that. They're probably competing more with Junghans, Nomos, some of the Longens. They'll be competing with Tag Heuer. So you think about that price segment. So the $2,000 to $5,000 price segment is what you're looking at. I got this a little bit at a discount. So the Grand Flieger is probably the most popular line, but this one is just the regular Flieger, which is a little bit smaller. And this one retails for $2,000 around, and I got it for $1,500 at a discount. So let's take a look at the watch. All right, so here you go, the box. You have a leatherette box. Actually, I'm not sure. This is leatherette or real leather. Anyways, feels really nice to touch, right? And then branded with Tutima. Glashütte. So Glashütte is a very storied German city that's well known for watchmaking. So think of it like Switzerland has a lot of has the Jura region, right? They have Le Lockleys, they have like Chateau Le Fons, like they have a lot of storied traditional watchmaking areas. For Germany, the one area that they're most famous for is Glashütte, and a lot of German watch companies are based there. Elang and Sonnet is based there, Glashütte Original is based there, Nomos Glashütte is based there, Moritz Grossmann is based there. A lot of very famous German watch companies are based in Glashütte, and so is Tutima. Actually, what else? Let's look at what else comes in the box. So you have this little jar here, and in the jar you can see details of the watch. So you can see 610529 is the exact model name. That is the color of the dial and the type of strap that you get, which I believe is a leather strap for this one. You can also get it in stainless steel as well. Flieger Automatic, serial number, and date of purchase. You can tell this was purchased fairly recently. It's 11/27/2021, fairly recent, a few months ago, and purchased in Germany, right? I think Tutima may be more well known in Europe than in the US. In the US, they're kind of low key, I think. Yeah, only really watch enthusiasts would know about this company, but I think in Europe, Tutima is probably a little bit better known. But anyways, yeah, the watch deal is in Germany, of course. International guarantee. They do sell internationally as well. Some companies like Moulay Glashütte, for example, I think mostly sell in Europe. They don't really sell in the US. Tutima at least does advertise outside of Europe a little bit. Go on mag, and then you have this is a little pamphlet, tells you a bit about the company itself. So this is in German, yeah, and tell you about their models in German, of course. So I don't know how to read German, but there should be a section in English actually. So this section's in German though. Here we go. This is the section in English. Okay, so you went over to Tutima timepiece. Warm welcome to the Circle of Friends at Tutima Glashütte. yeah, so again, this company is interesting because they're family owned. They're independent, so they're not part of a big group like Swatch. Like Glashütte Original is actually part of Swatch. So they're not part of Richemont, they're not part of Swatch. Okay. So yeah, Tutima, history-wise, traditionally they were based in Glashütte, but then they had to move out to West Germany after the war, and then they returned back to Glashütte, which is in East Germany, after the Berlin Wall fell. So after East Germany, and West Germany united. We are pleased as a confidence to New German watch. Okay. Tutima Flieger. Okay, so this originally was based on the pilot's watch in the 1940s. It's a minimalistic design, which I really like. I like minimalistic designs. I think Germans are especially good at minimalistic design. For example, the Namos and the Yunhans I have are both very minimalistic type watches, both known for Bauhaus design, which is minimalism. So yeah, I think German watches are really good at the minimalistic stuff. Okay, and technical data. So it tells you about the movement details, which is a Tutima caliber 330, rhodium plated, gold seal, 38-hour power reserve, 25 joules, 28,800. Okay. Display hours, minute, sweep second, polished stainless steel, pressure tested sapphire crystal, screen crown, see-through back, diameter 41.5. It's still a little bit big, but the Grand Flieger is even bigger. That's like 43 millimeters, which is way too big. 41.5, still big. I would have preferred 40 is probably what I would like for a diameter, but it's fine. I mean, a fine leather strap folding glass. Okay. I think this one comes, yeah. It's not, actually, this one comes with leather, not steel bracelet. The self-winding movement, of course, it's automatic. To tell you I know how to use a watch. Okay. And then setting the time, yep. Just know how to do that. Caring for your watch, water resistant, care. Okay, you send your watch to the Everglades 3 to 5 years to manufacturing Glashütte. Yeah, that's going to take a lot of money, isn't it? Send your watch to Germany every 3 to 5 years. And this is same thing in other languages. So yeah, that's the manual. Languages, okay. And that is all for that. Alright, now let's take a look at the watch box and the watch itself. Okay, here we go. Here is the Flieger Automatic. You can see the box, Tutima Glashütte. That is all that's in here. And this is what the watch looks like. Alright, so this is the Tutima Flieger Automatic, and this is the version with the green leather band. There is also a stainless steel bracelet version. That one I did not get. It's a few $100s more expensive. But yeah, this version I think is pretty interesting. I mean, you don't really see a green leather band that often. And then the green dial, I actually don't have a watch with a green dial. This is my first watch with a green dial. Definitely stands out, so it's pretty nice. And yeah, you can see it is done in the German German aviator style, right? The pilot style, which has the triangle on top. So there are a few other companies that make aviator or pilot style watches for the German Air Force with the Luftwaffe. The Tutima may actually be the least known out of all of them. So most people probably know about IWC. Well, most watch enthusiasts probably know about IWC, but there's also Stawa, Sin, and Leico or Laco as well. They all make pilot watches for the German Air Force, for the Luftwaffe. Tutima, I think, may be one of the lesser known brands that do that. However, they do have that history behind them, right? They did indeed make chronographs for pilots back in the 1940s. So yeah, I think it's pretty interesting design. Personally, I looked at all the Leico watches, I looked at Sin watches, I looked at Stauer watches. IWC is out of my price range, obviously, but I looked at the other German brands, and yeah, I actually found I liked Tutima styling probably the best, probably because it is very simplistic, minimalistic, and also stylish as well. So yeah, I do like the style of Tutimas. So It's got that nice minimalistic but functional German style, which I like. So yeah, you can tell green dial right here. It's got red markers for the minutes, but white markers for the hours. White hands, a red seconds hand. The triangle at the top, which is very common in German pilot watches. It says Tutima Glashütte right there. It says automatic 10 ATM and has a date window at the bottom there. And made in Germany, of course, right? In Glashütte, Germany, more specifically. So one interesting thing about this crown is that it's actually a screw-in crown, which is unlike the crowns on any of my other watches. So what you got to do is you actually got to twist it like a screw. And you got to kind of unwind it like this in order to adjust things. So once you unwound it, then you pull it out to the first stop, and then you can adjust the date, right? You can see the date turning. Yeah. So that's the first stop, and just like most other watches, you pull out to the farthest stop, and then you can adjust the time from there. So yeah, something to keep in mind. It's a little bit different than other watches. You have to actually screw the crown out and then back in. Yeah. So again, very interesting mechanism. So yeah, I love the green color. It's a D-grade green color. And yeah, it's got a dark green to it, dark green hue. Let's unravel the watch a little bit. Right, one thing, everything is of course labeled with Tutima. So you have Tutima on the clasp right here, and you also have a T on the side of the crown right here. And then on the back, this is what you have. This is the Tutima movement on the back. You can see Tutima, something in German. I think this is the name of the company in German. And you can see here it is an automatic, obviously. Tutima Glashütte, SA Germany. Flieger Automatic 10 ATM is what it says. Now the movement is, I mean, the back is fine. It's not like super well decorated. One thing I did notice about German watches is that they don't decorate their movements as much as Swiss manufacturers do in general. I'm not talking about a Lange Sonnet, that type of, or Glashütte original, because they're really, really high end, but for the German watches around this price range, around $2,000, $5,000, is not as decorated as some of the Swiss watches around this range. Like my Frederic Constant is probably my most decorated watch, and that one is a Swiss watch that I got for less than $2,000. So yeah, German watches, they won't match the decorating of Swiss watches. The finishing, however, is just as good, maybe even better than that of Swiss watches at the price range. So Germans, well known for their finishing, not so much for their decorating. But the finishing on this watch is of course superb. Very beautiful watch, very well done. The polishing, the finishing is very well done. And yeah, I really like it. It's my first pilot's watch. Yeah. The back, yeah, again, compared to a Swiss watch at this price range, except for this gold, I guess this is the Tutima seal, there's nothing too much to note on the back here. I do like, I mean, it's fine, right? Obviously still looks really nice, but yeah, it doesn't compare to my Frederic Constant at all. Or even my Raymond Whale might compete with it even, but still very nicely done. Like you can tell, it's everything's just polished and finished very well. So you can see a little bit more. And this is a 41.5 millimeter watch. Actually, it doesn't look all that big. When I saw 41.5 millimeter, I thought it was going to be big, but it's actually okay in person. And then Tutima Glashütte. It's a Horween leather strap. That's what it comes with. And then how it wears on my wrist, I have a fairly, I would say, average to slim wrist, and this is how it looks like on my wrist. Wears like this. Oops. It wears like this. So yeah, pretty nice looking watch. I think the green leather strap, that's going to take some getting used to. I might think about getting a Milanese loop, or yeah, maybe the steel bracelet might look better. The green leather strap is something that will definitely take some time to get used to, but the watch itself, I love it. I mean, it's a very nice green D-grade dial. Very easy to see, obviously, as a pilot's watch. Very easy to tell the time. And you have all your, yeah, it's fairly minimalistic. You got your basic features of the date, and it's really all you need, right, for a nice functional watch. So that's it, guys. That's the Tutima Flieger Automatic. Very nice pilot's watch from a brand that most people probably don't know about, but I like it. I mean, looked at their designs, and I'm a fan. So yeah, that's it, guys. So yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions about this watch, but that is the Tutima Flieger Automatic. You can find it brand new for around, I would say, $1,800, but I got it a little bit of a discount at $1,500. Again, not cheap, but at the same time, I mean, the finishing and polishing of German watches are generally at a level, I would say, superior to Swiss watches at the same price range. You get very nice quality for the price. You just won't get as much decoration. You won't get as much eye-catching movements like Swiss watches do. Like I would say the moon phases, for example, on German watches aren't quite as good as on the Swiss watches. But you know what you get in return is you get this really nice minimalistic designs, and yeah, you get very nice finishing. So that's what I would say about German. Of course, reliability and quality is all up there as well. So that's it, guys. Tutima Flieger Automatic. Thanks for watching.